The Oilers need another defenseman. That much is sure. However, the rumors, do they have it wrong? This is Dolynny TV, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, good morning, wherever you're tuning in from. It's my great pleasure to have you along for yet another Edmonton Oilers discussion on the trade market. One of the hottest discussions to be had in Oilers land is, of course, how much and who do they need to upgrade this defensive line that has, to a lot of people's opinions, struggled with the departure of Duncan Keith and Chris Russell. So that is, of course, something we will try and answer in this video. We've got some photographic evidence proof here that we may be able to use to kind of give us an idea of how the Oilers are looking to solve this issue. Now, my friends, if you're new to the channel right now, what I'd like you to do is, if you'd be so kind, consider hitting that subscribe button to us here on Dolynny TV and staying tuned for more Oilers talk throughout the season. We're already almost 2 months into the season and I haven't given up yet, so I'm building that reputation already a little bit here. And secondary too, if you're liking the video topic, don't forget to leave a like on the video. And if you're wondering why I'm a little sleepier this morning, it is Sunday morning at 8:30. I've been in and out of bed since 6:20. It's a little rough of a start on a Sunday morning. That said, let's get to it, right? The Oilers, the defense, upgrades. What do the Oilers need to do? When I said the rumors might have it wrong, I meant I think we've all been rumored long enough to be hearing John Klingberg's trade to the Oilers at the trade deadline. However, today, and this has been the fun part. You know what? I mean, Mark Spector, love him or hate him, is very well connected with the Oilers and has a lot of kind of insight into what the Oilers might be doing. Kind of a Bob Stauffer light at times, and he's been doing a lot of times lately off these road trips a fly home Q&A on Twitter, and this one right here is exactly where we're going to go with it. So the first question was more or less asking him about Nurse through the first quarter of the season. And then, well, here's the thing. RE trades. Think big defenders on NHL sellers. Edmundson, Gavrikov, not sure Klingberg is the right guy. Adam Larson types. And now when you suddenly start talking for the Oilers about more or less Adam Larson types as opposed to getting a guy like John Klingberg, you're talking about night and day difference. But you're talking about exactly what us Edmonton Oilers fans are talking about when we say the defense sucks. We don't need to add more offense to the defense necessarily. A good defense will create offense from being good defensively. However, what you do need is actual defenders who can step in there, take hard minutes on the penalty kill, take hard minutes on other situations on the ice and get it going. And of course, if we flash back to this graphic, think big defenders on NHL sellers. So when you start suddenly thinking about who's selling at the NHL deadline or who's selling come even January 1, because in another tweet, Spector did mention that the Oilers are likely not to make a move until after the new year, kind of let everybody get through Christmas here and then suddenly start heating up the trade market just after the Winter Classic. However, just to take a quick, simple look at the NHL standings and see where you're looking, obviously that would lead you to believe in Jacob Chychrun as well. However, Mark Spector was pretty quick to dismiss Chychrun today simply because of the fact that for Chychrun he's always hurt is the thing, and for him that's not necessarily the thing you want for an Oilers defense where defensemen tend to get hurt at the most inopportune time. Alright, so right now you've got sellers in the NHL market in terms of Anaheim, Columbus, Ottawa, Chicago, San Jose, Arizona, Buffalo. That's your bottom 7 teams in the NHL right now. You could throw in Philadelphia, but they've got 19 points, and the Oilers aren't sitting too much prettier with 22. Obviously, yeah, Buffalo was pretty well there to start the season, now 9-12, and Philadelphia has 8 more losses than they have wins, but 5 of them come in overtime, so they're sitting there. But you look at it there, the Oilers right now, those would be kind of the teams you're looking to poach off of. Montreal's 11-9-1, 23 points on the season. But if they do indeed fall off, obviously Edmundson would be available right there. And secondary to that, right, is who do they got? San Jose. You're probably not looking at Erik Karlsson. I was going to do a whole video dedicated to that and still might, but I don't think you're looking at Erik Karlsson. Chicago's really got nobody that we're looking for. So realistically, you read between the lines on that Mark Spector tweet. It is simply put, you look here, right? Who we got? Big defenders on NHL sellers, Edmundson, Gavrikov. Well, where is Columbus? What are they doing? They're 7-12-1. So they got 13 losses to 7 wins, 15 points on the year, struggling to defend, and Gavrikov is a guy who is potentially available to the Edmonton Oilers. That's what we're looking at here anyway. Let me just quickly get you a stats sheet here if we can't figure this out. The poor Columbus Blue Jackets, though, I actually thought they were going to be good this year. Defense, so Zach Werenski's injured. That was a big blow to their team, by the way. Secondary, Vladislav Gavrikov, only a -2. Don't read too much into me saying plus minus, but when you're talking about a team that's been outscored that much, that's actually quite a miracle of a number. And to boot, he's playing 22.5 minutes a game. So keep that in mind. And he's got 4 points. So for the Oilers, that's not too bad of a situation at all. Shooting percentage, he's shooting just roughly 8% on the season. And same point too, he hasn't really had any power play points. No power play points. So this is a guy that you're counting on to play defense for you. So that's the nice part here. So Vladislav Gavrikov, Joel Edmundson. I'm not even going to really talk about Joel Edmundson because there's really not that much to really talk about when it comes to him because of the situation with Montreal at current. That's just a name that's been mentioned. But for Gavrikov, a guy who had 33 points last season, has a career 67 points in 227 games, a guy who averages about 20 minutes and 36 seconds on the ice, a guy whose career pace puts up 5 goals and 25 points, and a guy that realistically rocks out there at about 108 hits a season. And just to get you some height weight metrics, 6'3", 213, only has 8 penalty minutes on the season, so he knows how to be mean without necessarily being mean, and that's a pretty huge get for the Edmonton Oilers. So folks, I'm Tyson, this is Dolynny TV. That's just picking apart another Mark Spector Q&A a little bit to see what he's thinking on the Edmonton Oilers trade market. Folks, let me know your thoughts. Again, it's something we will continue to discuss quite heavily throughout this NHL season because simply put, until the Oilers are done making moves at the deadline, there's always room for improvement. Folks, have a great morning. Have a great rest of your afternoon whenever you're tuning in. I'm up on out of here.